Once you've reached your goal on your anti-obesity medication, is it okay to stop? Stay tuned for details. Hi, and welcome to another edition of Your Health with Dr. Christy. My name is Dr. Christy Reisinger, and today we're going to go over results from the Surmount Maintain trial that was recently published in The Lancet. The Lancet is a very well-regarded British medical journal, and in this paper, they followed 441 patients over a 2-year period of time. After a year, the patients had lost 20% of their total body weight, and then they split them into 3 groups. The first group was maintained on tirzepatide 10 milligrams or 15 milligrams. The second group was automatically reduced to tirzepatide 5 milligrams. And then the third group was placed on placebo, meaning they were just getting a dummy shot. So they were no longer receiving tirzepatide. And then they went on to study them over another year to see what would happen. Patients that stayed on the maximum tolerated dose of tirzepatide, 10 or 15 milligrams, after that year had maintained 21.9% of total body weight loss. Think about that. That's really significant. Patients that had been switched to tirzepatide 5 milligrams reached a 16.6% total body weight reduction. Patients that were switched to placebo maintained a 9.9% total body weight reduction. When they looked at the actual regain in numbers, the patients that stayed on the maximum tolerated dose of tirzepatide, either 10 or 15 milligrams, over that next year, went on to lose a little bit more weight, but essentially stayed stable. The patients that were switched to 5 milligrams of tirzepatide went on to regain about 13 pounds, and patients that were switched to placebo went on to gain about 29 more pounds. And think about that. That's significant. If you have lost a significant amount of weight and then you stop the medication suddenly, and after 1 year you've regained almost 30 pounds, that's so disheartening. So what are some practical takeaways? If you are on 10, 12.5, or 15 milligrams of tirzepatide, and you've reached your goal weight, you've lost about 20% of your total body weight, and you've maintained that for 3, 6, 9, 12 months, and you want to stop or go down on the dose of tirzepatide, what should you do? First, obviously have a discussion with your doctor, but I would counsel patients not to do that. If they really still want to go down on the dose of tirzepatide or stop completely, I would tell them about the results of this study, and I would strongly encourage them to at least stay on a lower dose of tirzepatide. I want everyone to think about obesity like high blood pressure. When your blood pressure is maintained with a medication or several medications and your numbers look great, we do not lower or remove those antihypertensive medications. We need to start thinking about obesity as a chronic disease and realize that when you lose weight, your body slows down your metabolism and increases your hunger to try to get back to the weight that you were at. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're stupid. It's not because you can't control yourself. It's a physiological response to weight loss. These medications are treating a chronic disease and can help you keep the weight off long term. I hope that's helpful. Please leave any comments or suggestions in the comment box below. Thank you for joining me.